Hej och välkommen till ett spel där två personer verkar prata samtidigt. Och jag ser något helt svart här, det var bra att jag tittade upp det innan vi gör sådär då. Hallå och välkomna. Om mitt hjärta hade vingar, då skulle jag flyga högt upp bland molnen. Excuse me. Lite awkward, men... At lunch break, Himari and I were called to the staff room. It was because we both skipped school yesterday. Uh-oh. When we honestly said that we were having fun, we got a really severe scolding from our home run teacher. Well, that can't be helped. Home run teacher. Kör 3 home runs i sekunden. Det är minuten. I'm glad they didn't contact our parents at least. Yeah, och just det, hon har den här rösten som är förmodligen störande för mina grannar att göra. Himari wasn't her usual cheerful self this morning. I said something terrible. I said something terrible yesterday, didn't I? I just went and got all fired up. Don't worry about it. Habanero-san does understand your real intentions. Actually, she was regretting it too, that quarrel with Himari. No, that's not it. I think the reason why I got angry was probably because she hit the bullseye. She called me an ass kisser. You don't kiss up to people though, do you? I mean... okay. I wonder. You know, there are a lot of people that I get along with, but unlike back when we were all playing together, I don't have any really close friends. Not even you are my friend. Fuck off. Now that she mentioned his... Hennes röst är verkligen jättejobbig. Himari gets along with everyone, but doesn't look like she has any particularly close friends. To be honest, I thought that was a little strange. I was the same. I got along with colleagues from the cycle racing club. But unlike with you guys, I couldn't just talk with them about everything. I guess that was a question of adolescence. I also hadn't spent the same amount of time with them. Himari, the others, and I were neighbors as long as we remembered and became each other's very first friends. If there was anyone else who I got along with... Idiot! Moron! Knucklehead! All that verbal abuse suddenly sprang to my mind. Do we get along? It's true that the teacher had asked me to do it. I was told to make it easy for her to join in with everyone. Even if you weren't told to, you would have been worried about Habanero-san anyway, wouldn't you? That was my intention, but I lost my self-confidence. After all, it had the opposite effect. Habanero-san was absent today as well. Himari thought it was her fault and was blaming herself. When I woke up this morning, Habanero-san had already left. There were signs that the kitchen had been messed up. Apparently, she had been searching for the withdrawal notice that I had hidden. It was actually in the drawer in my room, though. It's not your fault that Habanero-san hasn't come to school. Why do you think that? It's not just what I think, I'm almost completely certain. Huh? The truth is... All around me are familiar faces. I remember that we were in the hallway of the school and took a quick look around. Nobody was passing by, so I didn't have to worry about anyone hearing that. Habanero-san wants to quit school. Huh? It seems like she decided that quite a while ago, even before I returned here. Himari was surprised to hear this out of the blue and was left speechless. Then, it's not because she argued with the girls in the class. There's a deeper reason for it. I think that is also the reason for her recent behavior and attitude. You would never have... Jag kan aldrig gissa vad det är. Hon har förlorat sina ben. Oj. So that's also why she didn't... So that's also why she didn't join the soaring club. Jag måste nästan byta hennes röst för att... Yeah, since she was planning to quit school soon, she thought it would just cause problems for us. Is that so? So, yesterday's argument was because you both misunderstood each other. I can't leave it like this. Duh. Oh, I can't leave it like this. We still haven't cleared up our quarrel. If Habanero-san disappears as things are now, I don't know what... Nej, vänta. If Habanero-san disappears as things are now, I don't know what I'll do. Bam, bam. Himari took her anger out on me by hitting my chest. Ow, ow, ow. You should have told me that sooner, you idiot. I only found out by coincidence. Also, ouch, I can't just go around telling other people her secrets, can I? It was just a coincidence that I picked up the withdrawal notice. I didn't know when she was planning on submitting it, or if she was even really serious about it. I couldn't accept, men alltså var hon fått den ifrån då? Det är det jag undrar, liksom, kan hon inte bara hämta en ny från skolan? I couldn't exactly ask her about it either. But... Bam bam. Okay, I'm sorry, that hurts. Seriously, stop punching me. Besides, I thought that she didn't want to quit school anymore. She'd been coming to school, helping with the meal preparations at the dormitory, and it looked like she was enjoying herself. I just assumed that everything was fine. Now. On the way home today, I'm going there to apologize. Come with me. Yeah, of course. I stroked Himari's head to calm her crying a little. Då gråter hon. Are you crying? Only kids cry. Anyway, today was close. Vad stod det? Anyway, today was Friday. It was the deadline of the grace period for gathering club members given to us by the Students' Council Vice President Kumoy Akarisa. Låt mig gissa, nu kommer vi träffa de där tvillingarna och bli verkligen så här introducerade för första gången. After school I went with Himari and one other person to the Soaring Club's garage, including the club president Amane Senpai. A total of 4 people were lined up. The vice president examined all of us one by one. Ehehehe. A whin was clearly visible on the vice president's forehead. What is she doing here? What do you mean? She's the new member. I'm the new club member, Shigure Kanako. Rejected. Okay. But why? Please explain. Yes. I told you that ghost members wouldn't be accepted. Why are you so arbitrarily assuming that? This is the tyranny of the student council. Yes, is it wrong that I'm longing for the sky? 6 previous cases. This person is a notorious ghost member. What? Well, I get bored easily. That's why I'd reject it. Come on, isn't it fun? We were buddies from the same class, you know. You two are in the same class? I guess they are in the same year. Come on, Akari-chan. Please don't get so clingy. She drove Kanako-san away with a flat refusal. It seems that she was used to dealing with her. Are there any other members? No. In that case, the club status is repealed. Vice President, here! Amane sheepishly passed her a printout. Those were the results of the Soaring Club's activities that she had compiled. Huh? How is it? In all of these years, you have only flown once, a few days ago. Also, the fact that this occurred during lessons is an outrage. You're not aiming to take part in any competitions, don't participate in school festivals, and you haven't really made any publications of your work or research. This falls into the category of an extremely individual hobby. Isn't this something you'd call a circle activity? Yes? Senpai, what is going on? You can't just meekly admit it like that. Is it no good? Is it no good, Vice President? Jag börjar lite grann att tappa... Det här blir komplicerat alltså. Jag skulle mycket hellre bara vilja vara med Kotori hela tiden, för hennes röst är liksom så här bara standardröst liksom. Whatever happens, there's a place I want to go to. Jag kanske ska börja standardisera de har typ alla röster nästan. Jag vet inte. Det hade varit lättare. There was something that sounded like a desperate appeal in Amane Senpai's voice. A place you want to go to? I promised Isuka. The vice president watched Senpai silently for a short while, as if she was unable to weigh her true motive. That's right. You are short one member. With only 3 people, there have been no research publications. However, you are... The vice president, who was about to say something very serious, looked behind us at the back of the garage. Habanero-san was there. She came in at some point. I have something to give back, she said to Amane Senpai. To me? However, Habanero-san didn't come to us. She was beside the glider that had its sheet removed. She was looking slightly downwards, at something lying on her lap. Amane Senpai walked over to her. What is it? Once this is complete, will it fly above the clouds? Huh? Habanero-san looked at the white, sleek aircraft. And then she held out the thing that was on her lap. A photograph. Jag ser knappt vad det där är för någonting. Can I go to this place? This is... When Amane-senpai saw this, she opened her eyes wide in surprise. This is the sky. Of course it can't go there. This photo, where was it? Tears welled up in her eyes. What is it? No idea. What? Himari and I walked over there to take a look at the photograph that Habanero-san was holding. It was a photo of clouds. Clouds. Welcome to Cloud City, where your dreams come true. We are now 500 meters above water. A sunset dyed in indigo and orange. Or was it sunrise? Jag vet inte. Står och tänk på det ett tag. Du är bra på sånt. In the sky, beautifully dyed by a clear morning glow, there was a huge, long cloud. It was stretched like a cloister laid across the firmament. This must have been the passage of clouds. It's beautiful. Yeah. Himari and I, Kanako-san, and even the vice president, we were all fascinated by the miraculous spectacle shown on the photograph. Can it go to this place? Habanero-san asked again. For a moment, my mind couldn't make a connection between the question and the view in the photograph. That was because it was a place too far away to be associated with the word go. This place... Go there, above the clouds? Riding this glider, I imagined this engineless white airframe inside the photograph, flying magnificently and gracefully across that solemn sky. That really was a miraculous sight. All of us, even Kanako-san and Akari-san, held our breaths, waiting for Amane-senpai's answer. Can it go to this place? Yeah, it can go there. She murmured as she took the photograph and looked at it nostalgically. Because Isuka said so, and she's a genius. Amane-senpai, who had tears in her eyes until just now, smiled happily after saying this name. I want to join too. That's if someone like me won't be a burden. She spoke hesitantly, without much confidence in her voice. However, her eyes showed a strong determination. Seeing those eyes, Amane-senpai answered. Of course, you're very welcome. Jag kanske kommer sluta göra massa olika röster, jag vet inte. Det är mycket lättare att bara läsa det. I met the sky and yearned for it. Jag tror det här är introt. Som jag inte kan visa för er. Väldigt pretty photo indeed. Jag kan inte visa introt för er, för att intros brukar alltid bli copyright-sträckade. Så att, för de brukar oftast vara en låt. Det var en låt som hette Perfect Sky. Väldigt fin låt. Nej, den var ganska plain, om man säger så. No offense, men... Wow, that was such a pretty photo, wasn't it? I guess. Oops, are you in a bad mood, Akari-chan? No, not at all. Kotori-chan appeared just as you were about to lecture them. Maybe they thought that you were just a naggy, scary person. Please don't look so glad saying that. I expected my role to be thankless. I'm the only one who truly understands you, Akari-chan. Hennes röst ska jag fortfarande göra, för hennes röst är lätt att göra. Thanks. Now could you let go of my hand? It's not that I'm in a bad mood or anything. I've just been thinking a bit. Say, Kanako-san. Yeah? That transfer student, who is he? He's the dorm mother. Dorm mother? Yeah, nice guy. Have you fallen for him? Don't be ridiculous. Even though he has just transferred here, he can already handle the antisocial Mochizuki-sanpai so well. I just thought he was very cunning, that's all. Was that a compliment? Yes. I see. Okay. For the time being, the minimum number of members needed for a club has been reached. The vice president left the garage. Together with Kanako-san. The rest of us continued to admire the photograph that Habanero-san had brought. Such a beautiful sky. But this cloud has a very unusual shape. Yeah, I've never seen a cloud like this before. Me neither. This cloud appeared before you, or I were even born. Before we were born? What on earth is this photograph? It's cursed! But the photo itself was similar to the pictures in our old album. It was printed on the kind of paper you'd usually get if you had them developed by the local photo studio. This phenomenon is known as morning glory. It only occurs under certain conditions. Morning glory? Jag vet något annat som kallas för morning glory. Men morning glory, jag vill kolla om det faktiskt finns någon bild på det. Morning glory, det verkar ju vara en blomma. Och en film. Men vadå, är det en blomma? Det kommer upp massa blommor. Vad är det för blommor då? Morning glory. Det är en blomma. Morning glory, svenska. Kejsarvinda, heter de så? Vänta, va? Jag fattar ingenting. Morning glory. The path of clouds in the sky can stretch for several kilometers. Oj, kommer visa de här karaktärerna lite morning glory sen, antar jag. The path of clouds in the sky can stretch for several kilometers. A path of clouds like this, several kilometers long. It's a very rare phenomenon. The most recent occurrence was 26 years ago. The members of the Soaring Club at that time flew in the glider and took this photograph. Huh? Then? This photo was taken in Kasagaura? Yes. So it was one of the old members that took it. Yeah, that's right. To think that such an amazing spectacle occurred right here, in my hometown, and was photographed by a senpai from the club to which I now belong to myself. What I thought was so distant suddenly turned out to be much closer, but it still just didn't feel real. I felt kind of awestruck. Hold on a second. She looked like she just realized something important. What is it? Just now, did you say that they took this photo from the glider? Oh, I did. That's what was written in the flight log. So that means... Himar and I took another look at the photograph. To take a photo from this perspective, the camera has to be above the clouds. You actually can fly this high with the glider. Hon har redan sagt att man kan göra det. Lyssnar inte du? Well, yes. The physical evidence is right there in front of you. Nej, inte direkt. Vad är det som hindrar det där kortet från att bli tagen med flygplan eller någonting? Himar and I shifted our attention to the white aircraft. Om det är det där du menar kanske, jag vet inte. I didn't know how many meters high in the sky it was. I knew it wasn't just a fantasy, but when I imagined that aircraft soaring above the clouds, it seemed quite unreliable. The Soaring Club had its club status revoked before I came to the school. Only the equipment remained here. This photograph was among what was left here. Ja, när jag kom ut till skolan, det hade varit 20 år sedan typ. Amane-senpai took the photograph in her hand and looked at it fondly. This is where Isuka wanted to go. Men vem fan är Isuka? Isuka and I were aiming for this place when we started constructing the glider. Isuka. That name came up again. Whenever Amane-senpai talked about this person, she always became very wistful. Who was this Isuka? Jag är faktiskt lite nyfiken. Men det kommer säkert vara något konstigt svar. Here. Habanero-san, who was listening to our conversation in silence, held out a notebook to Amane-senpai. I thought I had seen it before. It was the notebook with the things I want to do list. Huh? That photo was inside. This is Isuka's flight log. Why do you have this? It was at the dormitory, in my room. The dormitory room? Are you by any chance living in a Flying Fish Manor? A little surprised to hear that name all of a sudden, Habanero-san nodded. It was hidden in a gap between the shelves. Its contents look like a diary. There are things about the glider and about you written in it. Me? Yeah, probably. You're Isuka's close friend, aren't you? Amane-senpai didn't reply to anything. She just looked at the worn-out cover of the notebook. Reading this is what got me interested in gliders. It flies across the sky using only its wings to soar up on the wind. An aircraft that is just like a bird. Aiming to fly above the clouds is in something like that. I thought that was amazing. But I thought it was much farther back in the past. When I looked at the dates, I thought that Isuka and the others must have graduated already. I didn't think that it would still be going on now. But if you were interested in gliders, why didn't you come to check out the Soaring Club? I asked casually. Casually, you know. Actually, she was so interested in gliders that just seeing the real thing made her eyes sparkle. The owner of the diary might no longer be around, though. That's... well... Habanero-san tightly grasped the hem of her skirt. I didn't think they'd let me join. Habanero-san? Listening to her words, I felt a dull pain coming from my right knee. It was a place where she couldn't enter. Va? That's what she believed. Aha, okay. Jag fattar. That's what she believed, and that's why she didn't try to find out about the current status of the Soaring Club. It might have been similar to how I tried to avoid hearing any information about the Bicycle Club after I injured my knee. The more I knew, the more envious I would become. That's why I was astonished when I saw the glider flying over the Windmill Hill. I was so excited I could feel my heart pounding. That was the time when Habanero-san and I first met. Och så han har tydligen skadat knät. Det visste jag inte. Jag trodde det var benet. Ja visst. Benet, knät, same, eller hur? Typ. Men jag har inte skadat knät. Jag har skadat benet. Lårbenet. That was the time when Habanero-san and I first met. In that peaceful landscape, she was enthusiastically watching the white aircraft flying over. So that's how it was. When Amane-senpai heard Habanero-san's story, she took a deep breath. Can I take a look? Yeah. Amane-senpai put the notebook on the table, but didn't read it right away. First, she went to boil some water in the electric kettle. She prepared some tea. Te? Jag köpte fan te häromdagen, jag borde fixa lite te. When the pleasant aroma of the black tea filled the air, Senpai sat down and finally turned to the first page. Her cheeks went slightly pink and her eyes seemed kind of nervous. Senpai's eyes went over the page from left to right, slowly, carefully. It looked like she was digesting it one word at a time. She took a sip of the steaming tea. Then she placed the cup back on the saucer and turned to the next page. Varför hennes ansiktsform typ ändrat här. Senpai smiled. I guess something fun was written there. She was giggling, indulging herself in memories. The nervousness that was in her eyes when she was reading the first page had disappeared. She's smiling. Yeah, it was a calm, happy smile. Or so we thought. Oh. When she looked at the next page, her eyes opened wide. Something surprising must have been written there. From the look on her face, she seemed amazed as she continued to read. Amane-senpai's expression continued changing while she was turning the pages. She went from smiling to surprise to trouble to angry and then back to smiling. Hey, what kind of things are written in there? Oh, it's a record of the Soaring Club's activities, although most of it is just a normal diary. It's about how Isuka spent every day with her best friend. It's written in really bad handwriting, so it's hard to read. Amane-senpai's best friend, huh? I wonder what sort of person Isuka-san is. Quite a weirdo, probably. Spooking people for fun, throwing pies in the dormitory dining hall. But when you read it, it influenced you, right? Yeah. It seemed really fun. We could tell by the look on Amane-senpai's face that Isuka-san's flight log was overflowing with funny stories. It was also proof that the time they spent together was equally fun, when she approached what was probably the last page of the diary. Amane-senpai's eyes gradually filled with tears. While she was smiling wistfully, a transparent drop ran down from the corner of her narrowed eye. I wonder if something sad was written in there. But she's smiling. The log stops halfway through. The last thing that was written in there was, Things I want to do. The page that we were looking at. I want to cross over the passage of clouds. Amane-senpai muttered quietly and then burst into tears, while she was still smiling. Since she was smiling, she had to have been happy. No, inte direkt va. Then I guess those tears were flowing because it was all in the past. Just looking at her made me feel a heart-rending pain, as if my chest was crushed. Okej, så hon är säkert vid livet fortfarande. Kanske, jag vet inte. Isuka, alltså. Vem vet? After reading the last page, she closed the notebook and then went back to the first page. It was the third time now. She still laughed, gasped, worried, and got nostalgic as if this was the first time she was reading it. We quietly watched her as she repeated this again and again. The tea that she had only taken one sip from was definitely cold by now, but it seems like she has totally forgotten about it. Looks like we have no choice but to leave her to it for now. You're right. There were so many things I wanted to ask her about, but it didn't feel like a good time to talk. As we left the garage, the sky was dyed with the color of sunsets. A bird died in the distant past, with a deeper red than a sunrise. The darkness of night approached from the eastern sky. The photo of the clouds was really pretty, wasn't it? Yeah. Will we go to the place? Jävlar, ansiktsuttrycket är lite weird. Hon ser lite konstig ut, jag vet inte. Ser lite konstigt ut nästan, jag vet inte. Himari seemed itching to do it. I felt the same way. Well then, I'm just gonna go and show my face at the robotics club. Since I'm a member of both clubs, I won't be able to go there every day. You don't seem that busy, so it should be fine. It was great that she was with us, even if she was also in another club. Sorry for all the trouble. Nuh-uh, it's fine, buddy. Bam! Himari slammed my shoulder and turned around to Habanero-san, who was following a little behind us. Habanero-san? I'm sorry about yesterday. Aga bowed her head very quickly. It's fine. I don't think I have anything to apologize for. I didn't know anything about your situation, and yet I said stuff, as if I understood everything. I'm really sorry. Habanero-san glanced at me. She must have realized that I had told Himari about her wanting to quit school and so on. I'm glad you realized that, she said and turned her head sideways in an aloof manner. I walked determinedly towards Habanero-san and bam! Ouch! Hon bara, ger en jävla smäll, vad fan? I gave her a shot to the top of her head. What do you think you're doing? From now on, every time you take on that dishonest attitude, I'm going to give you a shop. What? Habanero-san was taken aback. She glared at me like I was a demon or devil. What gives you the right to... Come on, there's something you want to say, right? I'm sorry, I also said too much. You're not an ass kisser, you're just kind to the point of being annoying. And not... What? Hey, that hurts, you know. If it didn't hurt, you would have... Damn, dude, ta det lugnt. Ta det lugnt. Alltså, jag blev lite arg när jag läste den här för att jag är så här. Jag hade så gärna velat se, vet du, typ Book and Gaming om de hade spelat det. De hade haft så himla... De har alltid så konstiga kommentarer. Rubbing her head, she shot me a hateful glare. Then she turned away sullenly and rode ahead in her wheelchair. Bleh. You're amazing. I can't believe you could shop such a pretty girl like Habanero-san. Jag vill inget att skryta om direkt. Himari said this slightly dumbfounded. Well then, I'll be going. You better hurry up and go after her. Yeah, see ya. See you too. Himari went back towards the school building with light, skipping steps. On the way, it looks like things will be interesting starting tomorrow. She shouted this in a loud voice. Okej. Ja, nu har vi fått ett intro också, det är kanske, jag vet inte vad det innebär, men we're past the prologue. Inte direkt, men I caught up with Habanero-san with a meek expression. She was quietly pushing her wheelchair along. Vadå, går hon nu eller? Vadå? Want me to push you? No. I didn't know how tiring moving a wheelchair was, but if I tried using my hands to travel the same distance I normally walk, it would be exhausting. I went behind her and pushed the wheelchair. I said I don't want it. I told you that I'll be helping you. I can't do it all the time, but whenever my hands are free, you can rely on me. But there's no reason for you to do that for me. There is. What is it? Because we're friends. I felt a little embarrassed as I said that. I don't think I'd have been able to say that clearly if I hadn't been behind her. Since when have we been friends? Didn't we hang out yesterday? That means we're already friends, right? Det här påminner mig lite grann. Jag kommer ihåg när jag precis hade skadat mitt ben och jag var på sjukhuset. Så var det någon läkare där som vi skulle gå någonstans. Det var något rum ganska långt bort. Jag tror vi skulle göra någon röntgen eller någonting. Och då hade han med sig liksom en rullstol. Och jag bara så här, jag kan gå själv liksom. För jag hade kryckor och jag bara, jag kan hoppa dit liksom. Han bara, det är långt. Sätt dig i rullstolen, vad fan. Han sa inte vad fan, men alltså... Ja, jag vet inte, det påminner lite grann om det här. För jag var lite så här bara, jag behöver ingen rullstol, vad fan. Jag klarar mig själv liksom. Han bara liksom, sätt dig i rullstolen, vad fan. Det är långt dit. Det påminner mig lite om det. Men jag vet inte. Generally speaking, it would be correct to say so. Without any way to talk back, Habanero-san kept her mouth shut. For a while, we followed the route back in silence. Aren't you going to ask me why I decided to stay? I'm not sure if I want to know or not. What matters is the fact that you're staying in the end. That withdrawal notice, could you hold on to it for a little while longer? Sure. So she wasn't going to throw it away. To me, this place is like the last bastion. I don't know if I can stay here indefinitely like Senpai, but I want to stay a little longer. However, sometimes I lose heart. I may not look like I do, but those occasions do happen. It seems like she was trying to say that she was actually a tough girl, but I can only see you as a crybaby. If I said that, she'd just get mad, so I kept quiet. That's why I want you to hold on to it. Is it no good? Suddenly losing her resolve, she glanced back at me. Why me? That question came to my mind, but I didn't say anything. The fact that it was me made me quite happy, to be honest. That's fine, but I have one condition. What? Habanero-san put her guard up. It looks like she thought I'll make another unreasonable demand. Stop referring to me as you. Huh? You can call me by my first name. We're friends already. Would that be a problem? You don't think of me as your friend? I asked, a little anxious. I mean, come on. No, that's not it. But you no, I mean... Kun, huh? She bent forward, as if to say that this is as far as she'll go. So you're going to hold back, Habanero-san? Wait, I mean, Kotori? So... Okay. No good? Then Habanero? No, first name is fine. You can call me like that. Really? Well then, Kotori. Kotori är bättre namn än Habanero-san. Habanero-san... No. Kotori had a complex and mysterious expression, showing signs of dislike and embarrassment. We will definitely go there. Above the clouds, I mean. Yeah. Thin clouds were hovering across the sunset. From now on, whenever we look up at the sky, we'll be thinking about this. I will fly. If my heart had wings, that is. My heart was beating frighteningly quickly. Then I had a heart attack. And then I went damn, vad fan heter skolan i Karavashodi? Jag minns fan inte. Yamaku Academy. Jag vet inte. You want to cross over the passage of clouds, huh? That's what you always said, Isuka. Huh? It's completely dark. When did it become nighttime? Clatter. Haha. My tea's gone cold. Has everyone gone home already? Oh, I didn't think I would be able to continue here. Isuka, you reached them, didn't you? You brought them here. It looks like I can keep going. Just a little longer until the end of this summer. Alltså det är någonting, jag vet inte, jag tror inte att den där Isuka är död. Men jag vet inte. Det känns som att hon hade reagerat på ett annat sätt då, men vem vet. Alltså jag börjar bli väldigt så här, lite så här fäst vid Kotori faktiskt. För att när man är ensam med henne så är hon ganska trevlig och då är det liksom så här ganska intressant. Men det här avsnittet är slut nu. Så jag vill tacka för att ni har tittat på det här avsnittet. Så får vi helt enkelt synas i nästa avsnitt. Jag vet inte om jag ska fixa te eller någonting kanske. Det hade varit lite trevligt. För jag köpte te häromdagen men jag har inte haft chansen att dricka det. Så jag kanske ska gå och fixa lite te och sen bara fortsätta spela det här. Det skulle jag kunna göra. Det här avsnittet är i alla fall slut nu. Vi får se. Tack för att ni har tittat i alla fall. Hej då!